Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where Edutainment explains it. We are about to get cracking on this book right here. Gatchaman #8. Writer Cullen Bunn, artist Chris Batista, and helping in on the inking and lettering chores is Carlos Lopez and Buddy Bedoin. Bedoin. That name, it tickles me. Anyway, I'm gonna give y'all a brief synopsis of what happened in issue 7, and then we are going to get into what is going on in issue 8. As you can see from the title, Ken versus Joe. We always wanted to know who was the best between G1 and G2, Ken or Joe, Mark or Jason, depending on when you watched it or where you watched it. So let's do what we need to do so we can do what we want to do. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, like this right here, on a Saturday, you get it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, comment. All right. Leave a comment. Leave a respectful comment. Leave a constructive comment. Subscribe. Please subscribe to this page and tell other people to subscribe to this page too. I'm cooking some things. We on our way to 1,000 and we about to do some fun stuff. Edutainment. Edutainment is what I do. And what we're going to be doing, as I said, reviewing this book right here. Gatchaman #8. Previous issue, Gatchaman #7. The Science Ninja team was at a martial arts tournament of all places where they ran into a gentleman by the name of Daiko Hayashi. And they learned that Daiko Hayashi was going to be training Gatchaman. Now, we learned a couple issues ago that there was a B team, a Gatchaman B team, who pitched in and helped in a crucial moment. There is also a C team and a D team. So you got 4 different teams of Gatchaman. The other 3 are kind of in permanent training mode, but I believe Dr. Nambu has hired Daiko Hayashi to train the other 3 teams. Meanwhile, the A team got called out on a mission where there was a giant mechanical moth spreading gas into the city that was causing everybody to wild out and attack each other and fight each other. And against better judgment, Gatchaman decided they needed to go into that gas to see what was going on. And Joe's breathalyzer, or his gas mask, got knocked off of his face, and he is in a wild frenzy, and he wants to fight with Ken because they want to see who's the best. Jinpei and June are down there for crowd control, but I mean, how much crowd control can you do in a situation like that? Meanwhile, against his better judgment, Ken is squaring up with Joe. And Joe, because he's under the influence of the gas, is not holding back, as you can see. And so Ken's like, well, F it. I'm not holding back either because I'm trying to get out of this alive. Thank you very much. It is the Eagle versus the Condor in a knockdown drag out. Meanwhile, Ryu, Tiny, pilot of the Godbird Phoenix, is maneuvering and moving about, having a little bit of relations, so to speak, with the giant moth mech that is spreading gas across the city. And since we know the Phoenix is indestructible, he needs to find a way to counteract the gas, which is in process, because in this world, for some strange reason, there seems to be an abundance of super intelligent scientists on Earth, and they're going to get that gas handled. Meanwhile, Ryu / Tiny has to find a way to penetrate the moth mech, because even if they do find an antidote for the gas, what's going to stop the Galactor from creating a new strain of gas and sending that moth mech right back out to do what it's doing right now? So they've got to find a way to end this moth mech, and Nambu and Ryu are working on that. Meanwhile, teams B, C, and D want to help. And Mara, who's the leader of Team B, is letting them know we done already been out on some missions with G-Force. We can help. But Daiko is like, y'all don't understand the pecking order. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't supposed to be out there because y'all ain't ready yet. Then on top of that, he let slip some words like, yeah, you've helped, and I've read those reports. And based on their assessment, your involvement was a careless decision made in desperation. So Dr. Nambu wrote that in a report and said the only reason I got Team B to help was because I was desperate and I didn't have no other choice, not to inspire confidence in his teammates. Furthermore, the more important question is, why is someone who Dr. Nambu apparently trusts, Daiko Hayashi, telling Dr. Nambu's proteges things like that? Anyway, Ken and Joe are going for it. And Ken thinks he has a technique with which to take Joe out without harming him too much. You know, we know the Go Bird Go attack when he throws his boomerang, and Joe has seen it so much he knew it was coming and caught it and used it to knock his ventilator off of his face. And what does he say to him? Let the mists in and your true self out. So that means we're going to get a Ken versus Joe head to head, no holds barred. Meanwhile, Jinpei and June are continuing crowd control, but the crowd is getting too big, and Jinpei makes it up to a rooftop, or at least a ledge, but June can't. And what does Jinpei do? Because he's Science Ninja Team Gatchaman, he goes back in to help his big sister and gets a brick thrown at his head and gets stomped out by the crowd. So that's what's going on with Jinpei and June. They're getting stomped out by the crowd, but their ventilators are intact. Would I rather be breathing the air or getting stomped out? Anyway, now that Ken has succumbed to the mist, he's not holding back. And he's giving it to Joe. And Joe likes that it's being given to him, and he's trying to give it back. And these two are not giving each other any type of quarter. That's the kind of evening these kind of reviews is going to be. It's going to be a lot of scuffling in these reviews. So, you know, over the weekend, y'all might as well get ready. These are the type of reviews that's going down. And then Joe decides to say, I'm sorry, not Joe, Ken. Ken says, you will never be worthy of being G1. Because isn't that always, you know, back in the day, what we always thought Joe wanted anyway? He wanted to be in charge anyway. Joe was to Ken what Hawkeye was to Captain America during the Cap's kooky quartet era. He was always in the wings. Oh, I could do this job. Oh, why they put you in charge? I could do your job better than you could do it. And there they are. He's saying, well, we gonna find out. And they bum rush each other. But just as they bum rush each other, is it that their Science Ninja Team mental domination training kicked in? Or Was it that the scientists of the world found a solution to this gas and sent out a bunch of farmers and crop dusters to spread it? Lucky for Jinpei, because he was getting stomped into paste. And it looks like it's working. It's clearing everything out. However, the moth doesn't like that, and it's going after the crop dusters. In true villain fashion. I like that. But Ryu said he's been studying the weak points of the moth, and he's going to try something. And whatever it was he tried worked gloriously, because boom, there goes the moth mech in a conflagration of twisted molten metal. Ryu's okay. June and Jinpei are okay. And Joe and Ken seem to be okay. All's well, ends well, right? That's the kind of story we get. Of course. Why not? It's G-Force. Excuse me. Gatchaman. And Joe is letting Ken know the stuff I said, I didn't mean it, man. You know what I mean? I don't even know where that came from. And being the true leader that he is, Ken's like, man, I ain't tripping. And there they are dapping each other up in that last frame. We cool? We cool. Meanwhile, back at Gatchaman headquarters, Mara's in a room by herself talking to Daiko Hayashi. And Daiko Hayashi is basically telling her, are you pleased that Gatchaman survived this ordeal? And she's like, why wouldn't I be pleased that they survived? And he's basically saying to her, as long as the A team's alive, the rest of y'all are unnecessary. Come to my training tomorrow so I can help you work on the pointlessness of you being here. Wait, what the? Who is this? It becomes clear now. He's laughing. Who's the master of disguise in this universe? Yep, sure is. So there he is himself, Zoltar. Or, you know, if you prefer that Berg, you want to call him Berg. Katzenberg. Is that a city in Pennsylvania? Anyway, we know Galactor has infiltrated Gatchaman. What is the end game? Got to get rid of Gatchaman. Gatchaman's the biggest thorn in the Galactor side. And that, for the most part, is issue 8 of Gatchaman by Cullen Bunn and Chris Batista. I hope that y'all are enjoying the little reviews, the nostalgia of Gatchaman, courtesy of Mad Cave Studios. Between Mad Cave Studios and what am I thinking? Mad Cave, and Dynamite. Between Mad Cave Studios and Dynamite Press, they bringing me a lot of my childhood favorites. But that's it for this particular childhood favorite. Let's tune in. I think they said the next issue will be on sale in mid-April. So let's see what's going on in mid-April with issue 9 of Gatchaman. Look at y'all. That's it for now. But fret not, I will be coming at you with some more comic reviews. And until then, y'all be good. Be good, each other.